Develop your variable, or you cannot develop your own questionnaire. You have to find the instrument from the existing literature. Here the ontological belief is single reality. Everywhere is the same, no differences, single reality. That's why we bring the theory first in our study. And what is the interpretivism? In the epistemological instance is examine using interpretive approach. You cannot you cannot do objective way. You have to study the subject. You have to interpret the subject. That is the interpretivism. And here it is multiple reality. Reality, not the single. There all the problem is different. Suppose we are human being. In one sense, we are having the same nature, same, but every two persons are different. Even twin brothers are different from one another. So that's why interpretivism believe that all are different. That's why multiple reality is there. But in the case of pragmatism, examine using best tools. Which the best tools? Use that best tools for getting the reality, either single or multiple reality. That is the pragmatism. In the research Orion, you will find this one. This is very important to understand for research methodology. This is the outer layer. It is representing the research philosophy, positivism. What is realism? Realism saying that this study was very earlier in the primitive stage of the research. They used the study under realism. Now nobody do the under realism. So realism, they believe that two components cannot exist in two different places. It will exist in a single places. Like we are seeing our banana tree in front of us. It cannot exist somewhere else places. Here it is a place where it is exist over here. So it cannot exist two different places. That was the main philosophy. In interpretivism, I have already explained interpretivism. Objectivism and the objectivism and positivism is the same. Those who believe on positivism, on positivism, they are also objectivist. They are also called as this is the you can say synonymous term. Objectivism and positivism, and interpretivism and subjectivism are the same. We need to study the subject. Subjectivism and interpretivism are the same thing. Pragmatism is different. That is under mixed method research. Then interpretive, radical humanism. This is not under. It is not very important now, because all this either for research paradigm we do our study, either positivism, interpretivism, pragmatism, and post-positivism. The second layer is that is the you can say the research approach, in deductive or inductive approach. What is research approach? In positivism and post-positivism, it is called the deductive approach. Why it is called deductive approach? For solving any problem, for investigating any problem, we bring the theory first. Under the theory, we take the variable recommended by the theory, or we do the extensive literature review, and what are the different factors that are responsible for the problem in essence of that theory. We have to take those variables, and we need to develop different hypotheses, these factors with the dependent variables. We develop certain hypotheses, and based on that hypothesis and that variable, we collect the data, quantitative data, and under that quantitative data, we after analyzing what the results we found, we generalize the result. That is called the deductive approach. But in the case of inductive approach, it is under interpretivism philosophy, where the researcher directly go to the problem and they do in-depth interview and in-depth investigation, and after collecting data, what the result comes through the thematic analysis, that results come with the theory or the relationship with the theory. With theory or model, that's why it is the theory is the end product. That's why we say it is inductive approach. And we have different different strategy: data collection or study strategy, experimental research, or survey based research, or case study research, or action research. All are different strategy how you collect the data, and under which we will do our study. Then mono method, mixed methods, and multi method. Mono method means when one study is been done, suppose one single method is used. Suppose those who are if you are interpretivist and you are following interpretivism philosophy, then if you are using only interview, then it is mono method. Suppose if it is multi method, suppose you take more than one data collection method is used, like you used observation data as well as if you have the data interview data. That is called multi method. And mixed method, one method has taken from the positivism and another method is taken from the interpretivism, that it is called mixed method. And cross-sectional and longitudinal study. What is cross-sectional time horizon? When we collect the data in a single time, maybe it takes days, months, then weeks, then it is called cross-sectional data. And longitudinal data, suppose today we have collect the data, suppose it takes weeks or months or days. So after 4 years or 5 years, we collect the data from the same respondents to observe what is the difference between two sets of data. Is there any changes comes or not? That is called the longitudinal study. Then data collection and data analysis. Data collection and data analysis, these the techniques. Data collection techniques are there, probability random sampling or non-probability random sampling. Under the probability sampling, we have different methods of data collection, and non-probability sampling we have techniques, we have different other collection, other techniques for data collection. So here we will see in next slides all of data collection methodology, what are the different techniques are available. So I think if you have any questions from this research only on, you can ask me.
Sir, inductive and deductive, please tell me about this.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay, inductive and who is this brother? Very nice question.
Faisal Habib.
Who is this?
Faisal Habib.
Jazakallah. Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Brahmanbaria, Bansarampur. Brahmanbaria.
No, I am asking about your institution.
Bansarampur Government College.
Oh, mashallah. Okay, so deductive deductive approach, when we bring the theory first to solve our gap or our problem, then after that, from that theory, we develop a hypothesis and we collect the data in objective way through quantitative technique, and what the results we get, and we generalize that result. That is called the deductive approach of the study. An inductive approach, when we have any problem, the researcher directly go to the problem, and they take the in-depth interview from the respondents, and what the results, what the data comes, they do the thematic analysis, and the whole phenomena, the findings comes, the whole findings or phenomena, they explain by the theory. That is why it is called inductive approach. Quantitative, qualitative, these are the, but quantitative means the explanatory research design, qualitative means exploratory research design, and mixed method is the mixed method. So what is research design? Research design basically denotes to the strategy or plan of shaping the study that might involve the entire procedure of the of study, from conceptualizing a research problem, research gap, formulate research questions, collection of data, data analysis, interpreting the results, writing the report, and finally to indicate which research methods were appropriate. There are mainly three types of research design: quantitative, qualitative, and mixed method design. Under the mixed method, there are three types of mixed method. I shall discuss everything, inshallah. What is quantitative or explanatory research design? The quantitative or explanatory research study usually causes and effect relationship based research, where data is gathered, analyzed, and the findings can be verified by experiment and observation. Quantitative or explanatory research is conducted for a problem which was not well researched before. Demands priorities, generates operational definitions, and provides a better research model. It is actually a type of research. Maybe from the text you don't understand anything. I am just telling you what is quantitative research. Quantitative research involves entire procedure of the study, from conceptualizing a research problem, research gap, formulate research questions, collection of data, data analysis, interpreting the results, writing the report. It is the process of okay. I just going to tell you what is quantitative research. Maybe okay. Quantitative research basically when we do the quantitative study. In quantitative research, suppose it is survey based research. Here we collect the data in numeric for the numeric values. Okay. We develop different survey questionnaire, and this is under the positivism and post-positivism philosophy, where we take the theory and we do the exclusive literature review, and we take the most important variables or the factors that are responsible for the problem. So we take those variables, and based on that variables we develop the questionnaire. Okay. After that, what the questionnaire I develop, we validate the questionnaire, we see the reliability of the questionnaire. Then we collect data from different peoples, more than maybe 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 respondents from the same sector, from the same industry. Then after collecting of data, we input the data into the SPSS or Excel. Then we do the actually what the data we collect the data in quantifiable, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we give the data input in SPSS, we do not give the strongly disagree. We give the, it is number 1, strongly disagree means 1, disagree means 2, then 3 means moderate. Strongly agree is 4, and strongly agree is 5. So we use the Likert scale, maybe sometimes 7 Likert scale or 10 Likert scale, whatever. So we are quantifying our study based on the numeric values. So that's why it is telling that it is quantitative technique. Under this quantitative methodology, we have to follow a certain paradigm, positivism paradigm, deductive approach. Then you have to develop the questionnaire. You have to collect the quantitative data through the questionnaire, and you have to do the numeric analysis. Numeric analysis, not thematic analysis or any other analysis. Empirical analysis you have to do, and what the result comes in quantitative study, that we generalize the data. So same results, same study results may be suitable for different other sector in other country. They also use these kinds of study. That's why it is called quantitative study. And qualitative study, suppose case study. This is called the qualitative study. Qualitative study is a type of social science study that collects and works with non-numerical data, and that seeks to interpret meaning from this data that help understand social life through the study of targeted populations or places. Okay, here we don't use the numerical data. We use non-numerical data, that is text data, or sometimes video, sometimes audio, sometimes we need to collect you can say the secondary data like logbook, or from the industries for yeah, suppose financial performance. For if it is financial performance, if it is qualitative study, then we need to have the turnover information, revenue information from the secondary sources. So that's why it is not the numeric data, it is the text or radio or audio or audio visual data, different other and observation data. So it is the qualitative study. In according to Sundars 2011, qualitative research is a scientific method of observation to gather non-numerical data. This type of research refers to the meaning, concepts, definitions, characteristics, metaphors, symbols, and description of things, and not to their counts or measures. A qualitative research method collects data through interviews or observations. We have six kinds of qualitative research. One is phenomenological research, another then ethnographic research, grounded theory research, historical research, case study research, and action research. These are the six types of research, of qualitative research.